So, I've got some questions for our friends in spirit, our guides. So, Chen's present, is he?
He is, yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
he's very eager.
Good. Good. Hello, Chen. Glad to have you with us. Who else is present?
So we've got a guy called himself Manatuk.
Manatuk.
Yeah.
What's his relationship to you or I? What's his...
He's related to a client of yours,
really? Manatuk.
Manatuk.
Now, we can edit this out if we mention the name of a client.
Oh, right, okay, yeah. Cool.
So I'm going to allow a bit of space for editing,
That's good.
and perhaps you can now tell us the name of the client. What I'd like to do, Chen, and who else have we got with us?
So I can see a whole raft now, in excess of probably 10, that are kind of stood behind Chen.
Oh, right. Okay. How many of them are connected with myself?
The majority, so maybe 8.
Okay, good. So I'm going to ask some questions now concerning past experiences that go back several years. I've got a case file here that I was working on many years ago, and I'm going to give some dates. And some of the work was done with guides that remained nameless. So I'm just curious as to who was present at the time. We've got an encounter here with a soul rescue group. It was my very first experience of witnessing a soul rescue group, and this was with the client that has become known as, this was my first encounter. There's no mention of a guide here, and I just wondered if it could be known who was the guide that helped at that time. Is there any way of knowing that?
So I was asking Chen, he's saying there wasn't a guide present.
Really?
Yeah. So he's saying there were other entities that group were connecting to,
Mm-hmm.
but there wasn't a guide per se. So he's now asking me to define the word guide.
Okay.
So he's saying his definition to you of a guide would be an entity that's overseeing a person's past or future from a positive perspective. So he's saying it would be a positive entity that's working for that person.
Right.
So he's saying that's his terminology of a guide.
Okay. So with this soul rescue group here, where the person who we should call, it was revealed that she had a very, very potentially dangerous attachment with her, and it was removed. It doesn't say how it was removed or who removed it. It's so it's a bit of a mystery to me.
Okay, so he said, you can answer that very quickly. He said it was removed by the group's overseeing energy effectively. So their intention to remove the entity, the combination of the group energy detached that entity.
Without any intervention
Without
from
any
a guide.
intervention from a guide per se.
Right, so that is the power of a group.
So he's just laughing, he said this is he's saying it's a new fork in your understanding, basically.
Oh, okay, thanks. So this goes back to 2001 when I first witnessed this, and it's taken me all this time to understand it.
Right. I don't realise that either actually, because I've never really worked in groups to do this sort of thing. So it's,
Well, thank you, Chen. Thank you. I shall review this with renewed interest.
so he's saying it's basically it's the power of intention,
Okay. Really?
power of direct intention.
Right. So you can sit down with a group that's with the power of intention, and you don't need the guide. You don't need.
So he's saying if the group has the right energy and the right intention, and they're the right sort of people, he said they don't even need any connection to their own spiritual guides,
Really?
or even need to be psychic or mediumistic.
Well, that's interesting because, as you know, it's my intention, my wish, that each hospital each clinic, certainly each psychiatric clinic, should have such a group.
It's interesting how this has come up right at the start of this conversation today, basically. Because I wasn't aware of that. I've always, my understanding, obviously incorrectly, has always been that you need a psychic or mediumistic type person.
Well, I think so too.
And they basically orchestrate or manage the other energies and spirit that you're working with.
See, if we're going to be instrumental in helping other people learn how to do this, we need to know these fundamental facts, don't we?
Yeah, so Chen said the only caveat he would provide you with is obviously the people would need to be vetted to make sure they're the right people with the right intention.
That's
Obviously.
really goes without saying, doesn't it? Because, I mean, in any training, they would be scanned and cleared and all sorts of hoops they'd have to jump through in order to qualify.
Yeah, so you just say you need to be careful of the
intruder.
The gatekeeper type personality really, that is there to sabotage the experience.
Because they will be attracted.
Of course, yeah.
Okay, good point. Excellent. Okay, let's move on quickly.